Yeah. Born whole before a man taught you what to lack a need. Carved a hole inside your chest and planted one like seed. Insecurities, product line, they sell it by the ton. Diagnosis and cure are funded by the same one. You chase the thing they dangle, catch it, feel the same old ache. Next campaign is loading with a newer thirst to slay. Job you hate, funds, purchases for strangers who don't care. The wanting is the engine and the engine runs on air. 3 generations running a treadmill made of ads. Father chased the ghost, his dad chased what no one had. The wanting is inherited, it passes through the blood. House convinced you were born defective in the mud. Fill it with the car, the phone, the binge, the shoes. Still hollow when credits roll and nothing's left to lose. Thing they sold to plug the gap is widening the trench. Product to shovel and the emptiness the bench. Hand you desire, call it your own voice. Hand you prescription, call sickness choice. Never asked who profits from the hunger you feel. Never question if the hunger was ever real. They need you empty, chasing shadows on a wheel. Hole inside was carved. First thing they never tell you, hole inside was carved. The emptiness they sell you, hole inside was carved. You were never incomplete. House collects a cut from every step on their dead street. Wanting is the leash, and the wanting is the lock. Wanting is the product, and the product never stops. Born whole, and they told you that you were born in debt. Feel it in the morning when the mirror shows a face. Aging toward a goalpost, keep it moving down the field. Billboards on the highway promise meaning in the race. Finish lines, a product never meant to yield. Scroll the feed, compare your life to live stage for your algorithm knows what to trigger next in line. Platform sells your attention while you're burning through. Only thing you had that was authentically just mine. Hand you desire, call it your own voice. Hand you prescription, call sickness choice. Never asked who profits from the hunger you feel. Never questioned if the hunger was ever real. They need you empty, chasing shadows on a wheel. Hole inside was carved. First thing they never tell you, hole inside was carved. The emptiness they sell you, hole inside was carved. You were never incomplete. House collects a cut from every step on their dead street. Wanting is the leash, and the wanting is the lock. Wanting is the product, and the product never stops. Born whole, and they told you that you were born in debt. Bernie's wrote the book, Freud's nephew built the wall. Turned citizens to consumers in the 1920s, boom. 6 corporations own the media, shaping fear. Wanting is a business plan, product isn't you use. Hole inside was carved, they need you never knowing this. Hole inside was carved, the hunger that's been growing since. First commercial told your mother what a home should be. Houses being constructing desire before you breathe. Wanting was a rental, the wanting was a lease. Wanting was the only thing they sold that never ceased. Born whole, and the hole is still beneath the debt. Home was manufactured in the factories in your head. Wanting was the cage, but the key was always in your hand. Wanting was the page they wrote before you learn to stand. Wanting was the wage they paid you to stay asleep and numb. Wanting dies the moment you decide you're not the sum. Hole inside was carved. First thing they never tell you, hole inside was carved. The emptiness they sell you, hole inside was carved. You were never incomplete. House collects a cut from every step on the dead street. Wanting is the leash, and the wanting is the lock. Wanting is the product, and the product never stops. Born whole, and they told you that you were born in debt. Learn to war, now they teach you how to borrow what you earn. Bank extends a hand, a smile is sharp, interest starts to burn. Before you're old enough to drink, they sign you to the loan. Debt is cold in education, truth is it's a stone around your neck for 30 years, the payment never stops. Compounded daily while you're sleeping, climbing while you shop. Credit score's a number that determines where you live. Determines if you work, determines who will love and give. Poor pay more for money than the rich could ever dream. 300% APR, the payday loan extreme. Middle class gets mortgages with terms designed to fail. Adjustable rate traps that tip the boat before you sail. Medical emergency, ambulance arrives. Bill that follows bankrupts those who work 9 lives. Debt is not your burden, it's an asset on the sheet. Package it and sell it while you're dying on your feet. Student, mortgage, medical, and credit card combined. 4 chains wrapped around your wrist before you signed. Promise was prosperity, product was a cage. Signature was yours, script was on their page. Lend you what you owed, then charge you for the loan. Debt is their investment, you were never on your own. Banks not in the business of your freedom or your home. Banks in the extraction business, dressed in marble chrome. Student to the paycheck, every loan the same design. Lend it to the desperate and call the theft divine. Credit score is not a measure of your worth or soul. Bailout came in 2008, banks got made whole. Main Street lost the house, the job, the pension, and the soul. Quantitative easing pumped the assets, rich and stacked. Poor got inflation while the billionaires got fat. Citizens united made the corporation human too. Now money, speech, and speech is bought and everything's for you. Regulated lunches with the regulated class. Rise to regulation that'll let the loophole pass. Student, mortgage, medical, and credit card combined for a change wrapped around your wrist before you sign. Promise was prosperity, product was a cage. Signature was yours, script was on their page. Lend you what you owe, then charge you for the loan. Debt is their investment, you were never on your own. Banks not in the business of your freedom or your home. Banks in the extraction business, dressed in marble chrome. Student to the paycheck, every loan the same design. Lend it to the desperate and call the theft divine. Credit score is not a measure of your worth or soul. Credit score born in 1989, fair rising design. 3 bureaus experimenting for facts and TransUnion. Debt is packet sold as bonds, derivative stream. Bank that lets you nothing knows the interest on the stream. Lend you what you owe, then charge you for the loan. Debt is their investment, but they can be disowned. Banks not in the business of your freedom, that's the trick. Banks in the extraction business, now you know the pick. Student to the paycheck, every loan the same old game. Lenders have an address and lenders have a name. Credit score is not your worth, that was the oldest lie. Leash was never yours, the leash was theirs, leashes died. Debt was sold as freedom, freedom was the oldest con. Debt was sold as future, future that you're betting on. Debt was sold as leverage, leverage that the bank withheld. Debt was the only cage they built you could never weld. Step 1, they deregulate, lobbyists write the bill. Sanitary who voted through us, donors footing still. Glass-Steagall repeal in 99, the wall came down. Commercial and investment banks could finally be one town. Town was built on speculation, gambling with your cash. Deposits that you trusted started funding bets on trash. Grim with the Commodity Futures Modernization Act. Derivatives exploded, no one tracked the impact. Step 2, banks design the product predatory and sharp. Supply mortgages to people who can't swim without a tarp. They lend it knowing they'll default, factored in the price. Bundled all the failure into bars that look precise. Goldman Sachs sells toxic mortgages, bet and they collapse. Same bank profits on both ends, customers the lapse. Writings agencies, Moody's, S&P, stamp AAA on garbage bonds that poison everyone who starts to pay. Crash in 2008, the public eats the cost. Bankers who broke the system lecture on what's lost. Bailouts flood the vaults of men who caused the bleed. House burn down the neighborhood, then charge you for the deed. Mechanism simple once you see the moving parts. To regulate, predate, collapse, bear out from the start. Crash is not a bug, crash is factored in the code. Crashes when the house collects, panic that it's sold. Banks that design the trap are first in line for aid. Public pays the premium for bets the banks had made. Privatize the profit, socialize the loss, repeat. Step 3, post-crash colossation's the reward. Little banks collapse, big ones get enormously more. Bank of America swallows countrywide for nothing down. JP Morgan catches bear stars while the treasury drowns. Too big to fail, banks are even bigger than before. Crash that should've killed them, made them stronger than the war. Step 4, write new rules through regulators' hands. Revolving door that staff the banks, now staff the plans. Crash in 2008, the public eats the cost. Bankers who broke the system lecture on what's lost. Bailouts flood the vaults of men who caused the bleed. House burn down the neighborhood, then charge you for the deed. Mechanism simple once you see the moving parts. To regulate, predate, collapse, bear out from the start. Crash is not a bug, crash is factored in the code. Crashes when the house collects, panic that it's sold. Banks that design the trap are first in line for aid. Public pays the premium for bets the banks had made. Privatize the profit, socialize the loss, repeat. Revolving door between Treasury and Goldman Sachs is real. Robert Rubin, Hank Paulson, names that made the deal. Citizens united, open floodgates, now the cash is free. Corporations are people and people spend endlessly. Mechanism simple, now you see the moving parts. To regulate, predate, collapse, bear out from the start. Crash is not a bug, the crash is the design. Crashes when the house collects and calls the theft benign. Banks that design the trap are waiting on your dime. Public pays a premium every single time. Privatize the profit, socialize the loss, the game. Mechanism has a name and the name is in the frame. Name is on the bill, they pay the lobby this to write. Name is on the kill, they dressed as market oversight. Name is on the pill, they sold you as the only cure. Name was always theirs, but the wreckage you endure. Now you see the architecture, now you trace the source. Wanting was implanted and the credit was the force. Ran the treadmill, 30 years, finish never came. House collected rent on every heartbeat, every name. 2 doors in front of you, first one looks the same. Keep running, keep wanting, keep dying in the game. Second door is quiet, no one man sells the key. Second door is what remains when you decide you're free. Told you freedom meant the choice between 2 brands of phone. Told you wealth was credit and the debt was just a loan. Told you you were empty, told you you were born in need. Lie was not the product, it was the premise of the greed. You were never broken, that's the truth they couldn't sell. A satisfied human, there's nothing left to buy in hell. Wanting was a rental, wanting was a lease. Wanting was the only cage, and you can sign release. Enough is not deprivation, enough is not defeat. The one product the house can never beat. They need you, hungry, hollow, reaching for the next advance. Enough is the withdrawal, and the withdrawal is the chance. Down the wanting, it was never yours to hold. Down the credit, it was sold before you were sold. Hole inside was carved and the carving can be healed. Wholeness they told you that you lost was never real. Enough is the refusal, enough is the revolt. Enough is the one thing the oligarchs can't bolt. You are not the number, you are not the debt. What do you do when the wanting finally starts to fade? When you look at all the things you bought and see a masquerade. More on the years you spent chasing the shadow on the wall. More on the self you could have been if you had seen the fall. Then you stand up, brush dust off, look your neighbor in the eye, compare the notes, discover that the same exact lie was told to every single person in the same zip code. Many have been paying for the few, that's the decode. Enough is not deprivation, enough is not defeat. The one product the house can never beat. They need you, hungry, hollow, reaching for the next advance. Enough is the withdrawal, and the withdrawal is the chance. Put down the wanting, it was never yours to hold. Down the credit, it was sold before you were sold. Hole inside was carved and the carving can be healed. Wholeness they told you that you lost was never real. Enough is the refusal, enough is the revolt. Enough is the one thing the oligarchs can't bolt. You are not the number, you are not the debt. They fear you satisfied, they fear you still and whole. Fear the day you realize no product feeds the soul. Advertising budgets built on your dead ass faction. Credit industry collapses when you stop the chain reaction. Put down the wanting, it was manufactured to control. Put down the credit, it was changed, dressed up as gold. Whole was never real, the wholeness never left your chest. You were born complete, and complete is not a test. Enough is not the end, enough is where the door begins. Enough is when the many stop paying for the few men's sins. You are not the number, you were never just the debt. You are the one thing they could never manufacture yet. Wanting was the script they wrote before you learned your name. Wanting was the bet they placed and you became the game. Wanting was the debt they sold you as a second birth. No one owns the wanting when you measure your worth, but